mess that up. Now, I would, because you're going to need to have running back, they get tired and whatnot.
Yeah.
I would sprinkle him, see how he runs. If he goes off, then yeah, you know what I mean? Let's put him in. If he, Kyle Shanahan does a very good job of putting players in the position they're supposed to be in. So if he sprinkles TC in there, man, hey, Rob, I'm just excited because I feel like we got so many positions on the offense that players are coming back. Where are we going to put them?
Jalen Hurts got to get some time.
Is Trent coming back too?
Yes.
Are you listening?
Ronbo Sports here, representing the Niner Empire organization worldwide. Mexico, UK, Germany. This means no matter where you are on the clock, somebody is talking about the 49ers. And that's going to pick up in momentum too. Fam! Thank you for allowing me to talk 49er football with you. I can't get enough of this stuff, especially now when you think about before the season started on the call-in live shows, what were we talking about? We were saying things like, if we could just go 2-1 before the bye week, what we got to be worried about, we go 1-3, we'll dig ourselves in a hole. Maybe we're not ready to go yet, but this team's got too much stuff, so maybe we pick it up. But we can't go 0-3 in the first. We were going on and on. And there were a few people that really had the insight to see. I'm looking for the 49ers to go 3-0. Now, see, I ain't gonna lie, I was hoping 2-1. See, because I thought the Steelers were gonna whoop a butt. And you know what's really funny? The Steelers almost. It wasn't like what it could have been. It was like, certainly nothing like them being a dominating force that would have beat us. It was the 49ers loading the gun up over and over. 5 times they loaded that gun up over and over and kept shooting themselves in the feet. So, no, they pulled that out. So, going into the bye week, 3-0. And I was watching Kyle, you check. Tyler, I know you're watching, man. That's why I did that. I'm going to call him Juice. I ain't even going to mess with his name. Juice was on the 49ers.com weekly show the other day. And he said some things that still resonate in my mind, and they're absolutely true. We all felt the same way about the 49ers 2 years ago. And Kyle said what the 49ers went through 2 years ago was a learning process in the Kyle Shanahan system of football and all his other coaching staff for that matter. But what we saw was a progression. 1 year, we were mad as could be. They were questioning everything. Bobby Saleh, me and Bobby close. Bobby Saleh, Kyle, people were saying bad things about John Lynch. Not even moved over to the second year of 2018. And it's even been whispered at the beginning of the year when he lost. I'm not going to get into all those negativities, but you know what I mean. But there was learning going on each and every day of the year, and last 2 years in a row. And this is why the credo of brick by brick. You talk about absolutely right. And here we are now. And the product's not finished yet. Boy, I still have some ironing out to do as far as offensive execution, as we know. But otherwise, okay. And you know what's being said about the 49ers record about 3-0 anyway. We're not like other 3-0 teams. We're that team that has profited from playing bad teams. Never mind that the Patriots are the number one team in the NFL. They've played absolutely nobody either. But us, it matters more. Okay, fine. That's okay. All right? Because in a few weeks, it's not going to matter about who's weak and who's not. And I got to tell you something else, fam. What I'm delighted with, even if any of what's being said about us is true. These first 3 games, you figure between the 3 teams we've played, right? The Bucs have won 1 game. The Bengals haven't won a single game yet. The Steelers haven't won a single game yet. We had to beat those teams, though, because if we lost, we'd be in big trouble publicly as well as within the organization. You don't lose to those teams if you're going anywhere. They're supposed to be beaten. That's what they're there for. But what I really appreciate about those teams is this. The 49ers were able to get their feet underneath them. They were like a deer. First coming in the beginning of the season because Jimmy Garoppolo getting over his recovery from last year and all that stuff. New players being plugged in like Deebo Samuel. Anyway, they fell out. Like, I was going to say a baby deer who wobbles out, but he's got all kind of speed, but the world is a new place to him. And so when the first time a lion comes out of the bush, all of a sudden that little but see, the 49ers, I like to compare more to the baby of a king cobra. You see, the cobra comes out born. What is it, about that long? As soon as it comes out of that little egg? But do you know that baby's venom will kill a grown man? That's what I'm looking at the 49ers. The Cobras, they may be wobbling around right now, but they can still kill you. I'm looking for that to get even better within the next few weeks to go. So say what they want to about the 49ers beating up 3 weak teams. Good, we got a chance to make ourselves better, practice, warm up on them, beat them up, come out with a W, get ready for the teams that are coming up after the break that are going to be tough. Starting with Baker Mayfield and the Browns. I don't know if that's going to be tough or not, because if Baker and his boys lose this weekend, they're going to be mad as hell after that, ain't they? They still got to come to our house. They can bring the mad self back into the house. Good, bring it in here. Rex Ryan, I want to see Baker Mayfield one more time. I'm starting to agree with Rex Ryan. I thought Baker Mayfield was one of the best quarterbacks in college football the year before last. He probably was, stat-wise, it says he is. But could he be, as Rex Ryan said, overrated as hell? Whoa, hey, fam, I got to tell you, I think we can beat the Browns now. I'm not afraid of them as I was during this time when we were making these predictions. So, if the 49ers beat the Browns, look out, the confidence will be sky high. You know what, though? I'm a little concerned about the offensive line situation. Myles Garrett's going to deal with Justin. I don't know if the 49ers are going to stay with Justin School, but listen, fam, before you get worried about that, because I was worried about it too, but think about this for a minute. Justin School already has 1 game under his belt. Now, I think it was about the NFL speed that might have been concerning him. He's got those butterflies out. This is a kid that stopped everybody in the college ranks in the SEC for 4 years. I got a feeling Myles Garrett may have a surprise coming. I ain't gonna bet anything on it, but I'm just saying, all right? Because this is not new to him, seeing premier wide edge rushers coming at him. So I'm gonna go ahead and hope he's gonna do well. And then we got Mosley taken in for a smoking hot Ahkello Witherspoon. See, these are things that you never imagined you could hear from anybody, right? I got faith in Mosley. I believe in Mosley. I've seen him do some really good things. Let's see what he does. We still got, I know what you said. Hey, Ronbo, man, we got JerryPhresh. I know, but I don't know if Jason's ready yet. He may have been out the league too long. Let's see, I hope he is ready, because ideally he is the prime candidate to come in and fill that void. Okay, we'll see what happens. In the meanwhile, Ahkello, please help me get well, man. You starting to develop some swag. I want to see it back again. Defense. Fam, do you realize that defense, second only to the New England Patriots in total defense? Rolling, fam. This ain't nothing counterfeit. This team will hurt you, and it's going to get better as the season goes along. I'm loving what I'm seeing. The offense. We had our first 3 and out versus Pittsburgh. You're 4 in total offense. Had we not made the mistakes we made against Pittsburgh, we might be number 3 or number 2. We made a lot of mistakes. Had a few drops. Team's for real, fam. Don't let anybody tell you different. They're going to argue with you. I'm running into social media fans already, fighting like crazy. This team is legit, and they're going to get more legit. I'm looking forward to the weeks to come. Hey, you know what? I want to ask you some questions right now. Let's get on over here. Hey, I ain't gonna try to fool you. Let's go talk to JerryPhresh one-on-one. Now, fam, each and every time we get on live, you notice how I point out JerryPhresh, fresh perspective. I'm telling you right now, this is Jay. Him and Russo, they're a team. Well, we got so many, Jerry, man, we got so many people now, man, and we're coming such a close-knit group. I love this. But the 49ers could bring a bunch of people together like this. Loving it.
Sir.
Well, Jerry, how you doing today? I love to ask.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing so good, man. I was looking forward to speaking to you, man, so I'm excited. I'm happy about the season. 3-0, baby.
It's hard to imagine. Let's get right into the meat and potatoes right now, then, Jerry. Dante Pettis. Now, Jerry, at the beginning of the season, there were a lot of things said about Dante Pettis. I believed in him wholeheartedly. I was fully committed. I said Dante Pettis is going to look a lot like George Kittle in his second year. Since then, things have changed a little bit. I'm not abandoning my hope about him, but I do wonder what everybody else is thinking. Jerry, let's get that from you right now. Has your thinking, perception altered since week one?
Since week one, I would say that Dante Pettis, you know what I mean? When we all started off, we didn't know the 49ers were going to be this good. Just real quick, we just didn't know they were going to be this good.
Yeah. True.
Right?
I agree.
It's like, where did this come from? So now you have this team that's ultra accelerated into a place that maybe we thought they would be kind of this good, but not this good. So Dante, if you really think about it, he has not gotten left behind in the sense of his progression where he's supposed to be. It's just that we're at a level we didn't think we would be at.
Good point.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so, well, Dante, man, here's the thing, man. It's not about the pass. It's about your last play. And his last play was a touchdown catch that got us back in that game. And to me, when you can do that, that's what's important. That's what people are going to remember. So Dante, you know what? As long as he makes those catches, I don't care if he has one catch a game. If it's a catch like that, that's all I care about.
Ooh, I love it. And yeah, I know, Jerry. Also, the point of we are much better than we anticipated. So Dante, he may be even beyond what he was last season. For sure he is. But it just sort of like gets diluted because the fact that 49ers are playing so good right now. That's a great perspective. That's why fresh perspective, Jerry. God. Jerry, here's another thing. I'm looking at, and I hope the 49ers are going to be fair about this, and I hope they make the right call on this because I'm not sure what the right call is because they're sitting in a position the coaches are, whereas they know what's going to benefit the team better. But I'm looking at Jeffrey Wilson Jr., and I'm thinking, whoa, we got a goal line monster. And when TC comes back, they're going to say, all right, we got to insert things back like they were, and Jeff, thanks, man, and sit down, have a seat. I am not sure if I'm comfortable with that. TC, Jay, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking that Wilson needs to be safe where he is. I mean, for the most part, he's at that goal line spot. If anything, Coleman, I think Breida, of course, he's been out there. Breida's having one of his best seasons. If anything, it's that spot that he may take carries. He may get in between Breida and come in and do a little bit. And Mostert, I think he kind of will get in there a little bit more. I think Kyle Shanahan. That's the thing. We got to trust Kyle because we always try to think like, man, how can we get these guys going? And Kyle does such a great job of kind of putting the players in a position they need to be in. One thing I will say, I'll say this real quick, Ronbo. No more. Quick outs or whatever Kyle's throwing at Jimmy G's throwing over there that keeps getting picked off that the running back's supposed to. No more of that. No more of that. I don't want Coleman to come back and run those. Those are running backs. They are not receivers. Let's stay away from that.
And Jerry, that's everybody. I bet you if we took a poll right now amongst all 49er fans, would you like to see Kyle pull that play out of his playbook? Although, you know what's really funny, Jerry? This time, Jimmy looked all the way to his right. He turned his whole body around. And then came back around to the side and brought that play. I said, you know what? At least they're trying to make some alterations on that play. That play is just a sit and duck, and the defender just sits right on top of it, waits for it, as if they watch the film. All right. When the 49ers run this little silly bubble, whatever they're trying to do, smoke screen, just sit there and wait. He's going to come over there. And it worked every time. So I'm good point. Good Lord. But anyway, you're right. I forgot about the thing. Mostert, but it could be between Mostert, Wilson. Because Mostert's got his job all game long. Yeah. He's our guy on special teams, but he's an excellent. I think he was a top ground gainer in both games.
Man.
Yeah. So
you don't want to mess that up.
Right? This is my dilemma. All right, we bring TC back, and quite frankly, I'll be honest, I don't know that TC was doing a much better job than Mostert.
No, I actually was still waiting for TC to show out. When I seen him during the preseason, I seen him, real quick, I seen him run. It was, it was okay. Yeah. But I wouldn't mess that up. Now I would, because you're going to need to have running back, they get tired and whatnot.
Yeah.
I would sprinkle him, see how he runs. If he goes off, then yeah, you know what I mean? Let's put him in. If he, Kyle Shanahan does a very good job of putting players in a position they're supposed to be in. So if he sprinkles TC in there, man, hey, Rob, I'm just excited because I feel like we got so many positions on the offense that players are coming back. Where are we going to put them?
Jalen Hurts got to get some time.
Is Trent coming back too?
Yes. This is just, and Kyle likes this. He's even reflected in some of his various talks. He says it's a problem I look forward to trying to deal with it. Kyle, man, I hope you make the right. I mean, he's got a whole bunch of staff members and everything, but Jalen Hurts, Deebo Samuel, JerryPhresh, man, I'm telling you, man, that is a solid future. Now, if Dante, who's got probably the highest skill level, if he comes around, we could end up within the next 2 years having the best wide receiving core in the NFL because Deebo Samuel is no joke, JerryPhresh. That catch, he climbed up that ladder on that defender and came down on the ground and missed it. I thought the ref should have said the ground caused that fumble. It is a reception, but,
Oh, don't let's not talk about that one. I know, man.
Let's look at the level, though. Right now, the 49ers are moving along, and sometimes you look at what they're doing and you see, as I've said on many a time, I says, this team is ready for big things, but it's going to take a little higher level of maturity because they're still doing things that a team in transition is doing. They're going from mediocre to really good. The offense, the Kyle Shanahan's offense, is by no means something you probably need to take classes in before you even go to him and comprehend it so they can actually execute on it. And it's coming along really nicely, but I still think it's going to take a little while longer. So your grading system so far on the 2019 49ers, are they at just scratching the surface? Are they at mid-level? Are they near a peak? What do you think they are?
I'm going to say just scratching the surface. Yeah. And the reason why I say that is the last game, which I think was the most significant one. But to be able to come out of that game with those turnovers, it's crazy when you're so talented that you can get that many turnovers, you can make that many mistakes and put so many obstacles in your way and still come out on top. They're not even executing. Now imagine if they did execute. Now here's a good progression on the 49ers. The penalties were way down. We played an awesome game as far as that goes, but the turnovers were the thing that every time we get into the red zone, and Ronbo, I have not been this nervous watching a 49ers game. I was so nervous. I couldn't even sit down because I was just like waiting for them to turn the ball over, and they still did. So anyway, long story short, Ronbo, to have that adversity and for us to still come out on top, for us to still execute, to learn how to win. I don't care. Somebody might say, well, that was your own fault. It doesn't matter. To know how to win, even when you have adversity caused by yourself, I think is huge. And I think the 49ers are just scratching the surface of where they're going to be.
I couldn't agree more. You went all the same directions I was thinking. If you can, and they're already making jokes about that, how good is a team that can allow 5 turnovers and still pull a game out in the last quarter? I don't want to see it again, though, Jerry. I really don't.
No. No.
You said that I've not experienced that kind of stress, and the first 2 games was stressful enough, but this one, they keep hitting peaks, so I would stress. So, Jerry, okay, at the beginning of the season, we're all pumped up. We're saying things we probably shouldn't be saying about the prediction going forward. You looked at the schedule probably like all 49er fans are doing to see who is it that can actually potentially beat the 49ers. I saw something when they played the Saints played the Hawks just this past week, and I said to myself, oh, wait a minute. I had already had the Saints I was starting to throw dirt on top of them, you know what I mean? And that was a game that I said the 49ers would probably lose. I looked at the Jags, not the Jags, but the Ravens, and I said, now there's a game that I'm concerned about Lamar Jackson. Those are 2 teams. Now I'm not concerned about Lamar Jackson, not so much now. I've seen every team that plays the Dolphins seems to get a boost, and they're made to look a little better than they might be.
Exactly.
The Ravens do look good. Their defense is fierce. The Browns is another team. I'm looking at the teams that I thought we'd wrestle. I don't think the Baker Mayfield is going to do well against a lot of pressure.
No, sir.
We've got plenty of that. Jerry, with that said, I was a 10-6. I felt comfortable with that. I've moved up to 11-5. Where are you at on this right now?
I was 11-5, and now I'm at 12-4.
We've all moved up a level.
We all have. We have, and rightfully so. You know what I mean? It's what I see. You're right, because I'm looking at what we have. Like, I don't know how many teams right now are 3-0, but some of them are pretenders. I mean, you know that's just going to happen. It happens every year. But looking at the 49ers, and this to me was the litmus test. That was the thing. This game was like, okay, we got in our own way. Think about how many close games did we lose last year because we got in our own way and we couldn't do it. So this was the biggest test that we faced because we needed to see that those games that we lost last year, we could actually be a better team and win them this year. And we actually did. So it's so big, Ronbo. It's like we finally are at a point where we could miss something or we could screw something up, which I don't want us to, and we can still pull out game. We have a quarterback real quick, Jimmy G.
Yes.
I haven't trusted Jimmy G, Ronbo. I'm like, man, this man's throwing too many interceptions. But Ronbo, I seen that man get hit in the jaw, adjust his helmet.
You saw that hit? Like that. I saw that hit. I was scared. I thought he was coming out of the game.
No, Jimmy G flexed on the defense and kept going, and that's what you want. So I say right now, I would say 12-4, the 49ers. And we're going to playoffs, baby. I'm saying it right now. So
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. It's all about the health. And looking at the Rams, the Rams, they were okay. They didn't blow the Browns away. I don't see them being as fierce as people make them out to be. The Hawks, they demonstrated how good they were. That defense was way overrated from what they called them at the beginning of the season, and they anointed them. Playoff burst right from day one when they started making these predictions. The Saints, I'm still concerned that defense is really scary. The Ravens are probably going to put up a fight, but I think Lamar can be contained to the point where I'm not sure that the 49ers offense will probably be on the field most of the day. As you look down the Falcons, I was concerned about them. There's no need to be concerned about the Falcons. They're not ready to play for prime time yet. Jerry, in about another week or so, if the 49ers run all the way, if they beat the Rams, and I kind of suspect that they're going to beat the Browns.
Yeah.
If 49ers beat the Rams, Jay, I'm going to jump on the 12-4 wagon right with you, too. Because those 4 games they might lose would be those games that you didn't anticipate. And you know how nervous we were for this game? We're going to be sitting there for those 4 losses. They had that game. They had it. All they had to do was finish. We got to go through that at least 3 or 4 times.
Yeah. I'm kind of nervous about that. Like, we're on a hype train, and Monday going to work is not fun when you lose a game. It's just not fun. And I thought that Monday was going to be like that. So I got a Steelers fan that I work with, man, and he said, I don't care if we go 15-1 as long as we beat the 49ers. So he was waiting. And I was like, please, Lord, don't let it happen. But Ronbo, we got a good team.
We do.
Like, it's crazy to say, but we have a good team. Sherman even was saying, he was like, stay humble. And I'm looking at him like, Sherman, like, you know something that we don't know? And he, of course.
Using words like humble, Exactly.
Exactly.
He does. He understands what a good team is about. This one's got prowess. JerryPhresh, this team, as long as they stay disciplined, stay within the mindset of Kyle Shanahan, sky's the limit, fam. I really think so.
Yes, sir.
JerryPhresh. Click on him, you'll see him. We're going to put all the stuff right there so you can see it anyway. Click on JerryPhresh. He's got 49er content coming at you at all times. Gosh, love you, man. I'm gonna count to,
sir.
I'm gonna count to 3 and give you that holla. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Let's go, Niners! Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
JerryPhresh. Thanks, fam. Appreciate you. I'll see you on the chat and everywhere else between now and next few minutes we talk. You know what I'm saying? And hey, fam, when you see JerryPhresh, and I've already put his address and everything down here, click him and get yourself some fresh perspective. He does an awesome job. Yeah. Fam, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I am not going to give you my score this week. I'm going to wait till next week because I want to look at everything. I want to look at injuries. I want to see how we're doing. I want to make sure that we're okay going in that game. And I can give you a more intelligent prediction on what's going to happen in that game. But I'm going to tell you right now, ain't about to say the 49ers can't beat that team. The Browns, I'm telling you, there's a few chinks in that armor that I didn't really realize. So we can get that. And one of the chinks in the armor may be the coach. Some of the things he said after they lost that game, that was not what a coach was supposed to say. Fam, please don't forget to hit me some like. It doesn't change with me. I love me some like. Share and subscribe. I'll see you this weekend, all weekend long, as we always do. I don't care about us not playing a game. We got to get together no matter what. Have a great evening. Have a great day. What did I say earlier in the show? No matter where you are, the Niner Empire. It could be day, it could be night. Love you, fam.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A Niner! The sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.